Check, check. Yo, this is a super interesting show right here. Holy crap, let's get to it. Okay, so this guy says a lot of things that are actually true. I don't necessarily agree with his end take, but as in terms, he does say, well, quite a few things that really are quite relevant. So let's see what he has to say right here. Yeah, this is super duper relevant. Let me turn down some of this stuff over here. Okay, check, check. Okay. All right. Let's see what this guy has to say. Yeah, for real, okay?
Who the hell cares about what you think? Who the hell cares about what you think in your logical perspective of racism or how black folks should handle each other? We don't.
The fact that we're another minority race, right? Yeah? Um, right? Because, and he gets to it in a moment, right? But he just says, there's a lot of truth here. Let's see what he keeps saying.
Don't care what no agents say because frankly y'all don't have the power in this country to help us anyway. Yes, we might run into an agent.
That's right. We don't have the power. We don't have the power. So when people say, I don't have the power to be a racist, well, who's got the power then? Right? Yeah, you got the power. We don't have the power. So the fact of the matter is that when black people say, I don't have the power to be racist, well, really, who's got the power in the situation? You just said it right there, man. We don't have the power.
Judge, agent, police officer, agent, banker, but overall, y'all don't have the power. Hell, you got problems of your own that you need to be worried about. Really, we don't even pay attention to you when you're talking to sport because we don't see no Asian people out there too much playing football and basketball. We might.
Okay, let's take a look at Jeremy Lin, right? Yeah, the year that he saved the Knicks season, right, is the year they got rid of him, right? You're allowed to discriminate against us in sports. You're allowed to discriminate against us in entertainment. And you get affirmative action, but we don't because we don't have the power. We don't get to be shit in this world. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're right. So all the Asian American parents out there that are beating their kids to go to school and to go to Harvard and shit like that, knowledge is nothing without the power to leverage that knowledge. And I know that you came here and you want to keep your head down because that's how it works in the Asian countries. We're not in Asia anymore. And the people giving the jobs are not Asian, and over here it's different. We've been dominating academics for 50 years in this country to become America's cuck. Why? Is it because women like stupid men? No. They like powerful men. And we don't have the power. That's all it is. Right? So Asian parents keep sending kids to school. Right? We don't have the power. The man said it right here. His take is in the end, Asians should just shut the fuck up and stay the fuck out the way. And, black people that are watching, I'm sure there's a lot of times when white people say the same thing to y'all. You know what I mean? Shut the fuck up and stay the... I think Jimmy George did that to Cornel West recently. And we can see that in some ways blacks are really the whites of the minority world, right? It's you have the power. You have, right, your stuff gets addressed and our stuff doesn't. And it's a fact. And the way that this Asian guy, right, yeah, he's getting to have a stage. He got to be somebody. He was talking about Thomas Sowell, blah, blah, blah. He's not mentioning any Asian leaders, right, yeah? He talked about Thomas Sowell and stuff like that. Because, once again, we're irrelevant. And there's no such thing as an Asian American activist or... My man just said, right, there's no Asian American, people in football or basketball. Y'all get affirmative action, right, yeah? But when it's time for affirmative action for us, there's none. None. Only cucking. There is no affirmative action for us. Fuck out of here, man. I'm telling you, not all black people are our friends, man. Straight up, yeah? They don't give a fuck about us. I do have some black people that are helping me. There are some, yeah? It's not all of them. But I'm telling you right now, just trusting someone because they're black is a huge fucking mistake. One of the guys that was helping was distressed because National Action Network hires cheap Chinese drivers. Yeah, because we're not worth as much. right? Is the guy's English struggling? Yeah. So is he cheap to hire? Yeah. How do you, do you think do people abuse him because he's Asian, because they have a lot of resentment? Yeah. And what do you do as the person without power? You just eat it. You just eat the shit every day. You eat the shit every day and you just live with it. So, there's affirmative action for you in education, right? We should have proportional representation for black people, but not for Asian Americans. And that's why the progressive left shits on us, right? Because once again, we're irrelevant. So you can see all these people out here like RevComs and fucking PSL and fucking Jimmy Dore and all these other shitbags out here that say, we care about racism. No, they don't. They care about power. And if you had a close relationship with the Asian American community, you would see that. But because you have allowed yourself to, justify the exclusion of us from all aspects of relevant life, right? Yeah, we're not in sports. We're not in entertainment. We're not political analysts. We're not recognizing fucking anything, right? Because we don't have the power, right? Yeah. Asian American parents, yeah. All you're doing is teaching children to be good slaves. Yeah, we're America's cup. What could be more demeaning?
I see one here, one there. We don't really pay attention to. We don't really see no Asian people playing the sport that we like. Now, I'm not saying that y'all can't play. I'm not saying that y'all are not welcome to play, but we don't see it. Hell, we don't even talk about it in the barbershop. I mean, because if you did come to a black folk barbershop, you would be on the outside looking in. Because I promise you, it would be a bunch of N-words going on. Ninja this, ninja that. And you bet not use the word, because you already know what's going to happen. So really...
What's going to happen? You're going to beat me up? What's going to happen, man? You're going to beat me up? Go ahead, bro. You have the power, man. Yeah? Right? You can make statements like, you don't get to say this, you don't get to say this. Did I ever make you a slave? No. You don't give a fuck, man. You're just going to beat me up anyways, right? Yeah? You don't give a fuck. All right. Beat me up, man. Go ahead, fuck ahead, man. I never made you a slave, but you're going to beat me up because you're mad at the white man, right? Yeah, go ahead, beat me up then, you fuck. Yeah? We don't get to, you're right, we just get excluded. We're not in the sports, right? Yeah, not talking about us, right? Yeah. Right? I could see a wealthy slave owner back in the day saying, oh, those shitty black people, right? Yeah, they want to play baseball like us. Fuck that. I mean, this is a gentleman's sport. We don't need no black people around here. You the same motherfucker. You the same piece of shit. Fuck you, man. There's a lot of black people out here just like this, man. A lot of them, man. And they be cornering the shit. And nobody want to take them on because they got the power. So that's why I help truly power this. And even amongst the people that I help, as is normal for people without power, you know what I mean? They do not really, they don't really want my help, really, you know what I mean? They just take my help because, people who they really want the help from isn't really helping them. And I get to find out who's really loyal to other people that really need help, which there is no loyalty in this fucking game. Right, they're loyal to the power. So, get sold out a lot. A lot. Yeah. Pretty faces, right? Yeah, they have these people that look and sound like activists. Kevin, you're gonna go way further than I ever will. You get to be somebody. Not me. There's a lot of truth in this shit. You can't educate black people on racism for shit, bro. You don't get to educate anybody on nothing. Stop going to school, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Oh, school. They don't want to learn from us, man. Yeah? Doesn't matter what we achieve, what we sacrifice, what we accomplish, or even the history of us not even making black people slaves, or even the history of us facing our own racism, right? Yeah? No, just shut the fuck up. You have no power. You're a piece of shit. You're nothing. Yup. Yup, that's all we are in life, right? Yeah? And they'll pick and choose the Asians that are gonna be, the way they like them. They can't talk about me because, I'm not the Asian they want. They want a Willie Hung. They want this guy to talk about, they want to be able to portray Asians the way that they want to portray them. So they pick and choose the Asians that they're gonna talk about. And, and then within the ones that they choose, they're going to pick certain words and phrases that really help them to reinforce their own biases. It doesn't matter what, if an Asian man does anything for a black man, a lot of groups, Vocal New York, don't want to talk about it. A lot of groups, PSL, don't want to talk about it. In fact, they would rather, champion a white hero. Let's talk about the Palestinians for a hot second, yeah? Despite decades, despite being Korean American, despite decades of reaching out to them, they've never reached back to me. But recently, they're out here quoting Jackson Hinkle on an Instagram post. Because Jackson Hinkle has the power. He's got the numbers, he's got the subs. He's part of the community of who's being raised by the PSL and other, internal people like that, Jimmy Dore. Has Jimmy Dore ever helped black people? No, but he's the one who's embraced on a lot of programs in a lot of ways. Even the Latinos, yeah? Frank Analysis, right, yeah? He ran to be with Jackson Hinkle and Ricky Rants over myself, right, yeah? Some people don't know what I'm talking about, some people do. But not gonna live forever. So I'm just going to record this evidence. Hopefully some of it gets looked at after I die. They don't live until you're dead. And we'll just see where it goes. But the fact that this man said it himself, we have no power. And there is no concern for affirmative action for us. If we're excluded, right? He said it right there. It's not because we don't have the skills, right? Black people don't talk about it because they have a great black hope. And they hope that we are stupid. They hope that we are powerless. They hope that they are better than somebody. As long as there's someone down to kick down on, they'll be okay. Okay. Right. What about our cucking? What about the trafficking of our women? Right? They have no problem with this. Not all of them, but guys like this, yeah? And there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. Even amongst the people that I help. Oh, well. But you know what? I have less, so I have to just suck it up and deal with it. And that's the reality for someone like myself that you really can't understand. Right? You don't know how low it is to be someone like me. You really don't. Yeah. Okay, while my people starved, y'all sing "We Are the World, We Are the Children." There's no Asian Americans in that fucking video. There's no Asian... Because we're not part of the world. We're the subhumans, yeah. So, the history of my helping black people on their issues, right, is being erased. Not only by blacks, but by Asians as well. I'm going to document this as well. Oh, wait, let's do it right now. Oh my goodness, yeah? I just sent an email earlier today. Let's take a look, yeah? Folders, send items, okay? I just went to Colin Kaepernick. Okay, here's me sending an email to this guy is actually Christopher Bay. He's a former Queens prosecutor, assistant prosecutor, and also the Asian American Board Bar Association of New York, the Asian American lawyers, right? Yeah. Okay. Talking about my work on, working with, even people connected to Mumia Abu Jamal. Yeah. Okay. There's not going to be a response. There's going to be none. I'm going to document it right now, yeah? I know these guys from 20 years ago, yeah? But in the end, right, yeah, they're going to be marginalized. I know these guys, right? They're kind of more marginalized. They have, the sexy ones will decide to exclude me and my activism and my work. And they just won't respond to this email. So, even within the Asian community, right, yeah, they pick and choose. And the blacks pick and choose. Now some blacks are working with me, like this guy who's connected with B.R. Jamal. This guy's treating me like a king, man. I appreciate you, Muti. You know what I mean? So there are blacks who's working with me, straight up, yeah. There's a few Asians working with me too, but the overall, in both groups overall is not. Yeah, both groups overall is not. So there is some solidarity there, right? Yeah. So, and the truly, you know, the truly poor, the truly weak, the truly disenfranchised know that you can't even count on your own. Sorry to fucking say. You can't even count on your own. And that's the true lifestyles of the powerless. The true lifestyles, the true positions of people who don't mean shit in this world. So, just want to record that, you know. They are saying it themselves. You know, this guy really, really captured the truth of it. Yeah, I really appreciate this guy. Yeah, right. He said it right there. He said it so perfectly.
Whitlock. Jason Whitlock ain't going nowhere, and he don't care because you
Black
come over there and we don't even talk about it in the barbershop. I mean, because if you did come to a black folk barbershop, you would be on the outside looking in. Cause I promise you.
Yeah, we're on the outside. We're not allowed to be part of your, right? Yeah, you mad at the white people because they don't want to treat you like human beings. You don't want to treat us like, you don't give a fuck about us either. Let's be real, bro. You know what I mean? You gotta let that white in you, bro. You sounded like the other man, not like a brother man. You heard that saying before? We not your brother, I know. We don't get to be your brother, I know. As long as there's someone to kick down on.
Sitting up here trying to give us a logical opinion about how black folks, you know, we need to present this type of person. Hell, Clarence Thomas at all.
Right, he's talking about Clarence Thomas, right? Yeah, he has no Asian American. You have no Asian American Supreme Court justice. You have no Asian American people that are relevant, right? You ever heard of Steve Kimmon? Never heard of this guy before. I tried to look him up. I can't find this guy. Who the fuck is this guy? You know, I mean, I have no idea. Try to find this guy for me. Yeah, nobody can find him. Yeah, he's just another relevant Asian American man piece of shit. You can't find him. He's nobody. Yeah. Y'all don't understand though. Oh yeah, I want to use your real name. Yeah. Steve Kim. You know how many Steve Kims there are in this world? Get the fuck out of here. You don't know nothing. Yeah. I know. That's why I use DJL7. But you know, people have, you know, they're very arrogant. They know better. Yeah. They know better.
All people. I ain't finna get on here and talk bad about Clarence Thomas, but we all know about Clarence Thomas. And you up here trying to suggest Clarence Thomas to us. Who the hell cares about what you think? Who the hell?
No one cares about what you think, man. No one cares, man, Steve. Asian Americans, no one cares about us. Listen to what he just said right there. This is true for so many.
Cares about what you think in your logical perspective of racism or how black folks should handle each other.
Right? Even just racism, like the first thing it says, no one cares about your perspective on racism. That's because we don't matter, right? Yeah, and even though you're not white, even though you're not black, right? Yeah, your shit don't matter. Then he said something else about black people. Okay, maybe there's, you know, maybe there's a little bit more validity there. But when he just said the first thing it says was, no one cares about your perspective on racism. That's right, because you have power and we don't. Thank you, Kevin, for saying the truth right there. Yeah, I'm not saying you're an ally because you're definitely not. You trying to victimize like the rest, but you said a lot of truth there, man. I really appreciate that. Thanks, buddy. Have a good one.